Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
All right, places, everyone, please. Let's be up in 5.
You gotta turn this thing off when you go to the bathroom. Because you're
All right, behave yourself. Remember, keep it PG. Nothing too raunchy.
All right.
And don't forget, you have a radio interview right after this
Yep.
and a show tonight.
Okay.
So don't get too drunk.
All right, guys, slate
All right.
in, please.
This week on Good Morning Asshole, we sit down with upcoming artist Pug Johnson to discuss his new album, El Cabron, as well as the state of country music, his amazing creative process, and coitus. Here's your host, Rich Dick.
Hi, we're here with a genuine artist, Pug Johnson, today, fresh off the heels of his controversial tour and on the cusp of releasing his sophomore album, El Cabron, his first as a signed artist with Break Maiden and 30 Tigers. Pug's been out there burning up the road, opening shows for artists like Steve Earle, Midland, Marshall Tucker, and the Eli Young Band. Pug, welcome to the show. So glad to have you.
I appreciate you having me. Hopefully we can make this quick. I have other shit to do today, so...
Tell me a little bit about El Cabron, your new album.
Man, I make great art. What can I say? It's the shit. It's f***ing, it's the thing. It's, you know.
Very interesting. So tell me a little bit about the inspiration for this album and the process of creating it.
So I wrote some songs, you see, and then I took the songs and went in the studio. And I called some musicians, one musician in particular that found other musicians, and then he got those musicians to come in, and we recorded, and then they mixed those recordings, and then we're about to release that.
Amazing.
It's very, like, man, it's good shit, yeah.
What does El Cabron mean?
In Spanish, I believe it is the bastard, as well as the goat. So the interpretation is up to the listener.
And which do you identify as?
I refuse to answer that question.
Some have called you a real son of a bitch.
Who the
Some. Pug, you've been called by some the savior of modern music. How does that sit with you? Do you think that the industry is just catching up, or are people just too stupid to understand what you're doing?
I mean, nobody's really operating at the level of artistic integrity that I am. At least country music fans are still able to pick out what actually is and isn't country music.
What is country music?
It sits before you.
Intriguing. Let's talk about your songwriting process. What does that look like?
I go home and jack off.
I think there's a lot of artists out there that could learn something from you.
I think so. I mean, you know, why stress yourself out about it? If it's not coming naturally, then it shouldn't come at all.
Laugh! Yeah. Excuse me. We're working here. Is there one particular track from the album that's your favorite, or that you really feel like is going to be a banger?
I love all these songs. I wrote them. You think I'd put some half-ass shit on my fucking album? No. Every damn track is a banger. The end. Is there a weak track on my fucking album? Is there a weak track on my fucking album?
I'm sure that there's not. I'm sure that.
Go listen to the record and get off my back about it.
That's right. Be sure and check out the album. You can find it wherever you can find albums. Some of your fans have sent in some questions. Here's one from Scotty Stiegel of Viter. Do you have any sort of pre-show ritual that you do before you take the stage?
Typically a big shit, and then a couple of bowls, maybe rub one out right quick.
Follow up there. Are there any forbidden dance moves that are part of your routine?
Dance moves? No, I don't do any dance moves. No.
Ruby from Wisconsin asked, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized Willie Nelsons or one Willie Nelson-sized duck?
I don't like being outnumbered. Nor would I really want to fight Willie of any size. So I'm going to fight the Willie Nelson-sized duck. And then I'm going to cook his ass when I get done with him. I will consume him.
You've worked with some really big artists.
I have, yeah. Midland has done the best at being able to keep up with following me. They're a wonderful group of guys, really and truly, you know. Jess is a man of few words. Mark, more of a philosopher. And Cam, well, Cameron's got a great ass. Great ass.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Some of your inspiration for your work comes from your early 20s. Tell me a little bit more about this era in your life and how that affected your work.
This album really kind of tells the story of, of my 20s. After I moved home from Nashville, I found cocaine in a big way. Really had a good time with that for a while. So much sex. So much sex. So many drugs and so much sex. And that's really just kind of the headspace I was occupying when I wrote this album was drugs.
Interesting.
And sex.
What I'd really like to drill down on here is the sex.
Well, there was a lot of drilling, not a lot of missionary, a lot of reverse cowgirl, doggy style, 69ing, 68ing.
Go on.
Heels behind the head. Getting in that motherfucker.
Right. Fascinating.
Mama taught me how to do that.
You hear that this is a common theme with artists, that they draw their inspiration from these experiences. Can you tell me a little bit more about the drugs? I think the question that's on everybody's mind is, do you have any weed?
Yeah. Can we get the apple box for the artist, please?
The f*** is this? Damn apple.
What day is this? I
Really appreciate y'all having me.
anytime, man. Anytime. I mean, you are.
No, it's you. It's you, man.
Come on.
You're the guy.
I mean,
Dude, I'm just out here trying to make a living.
it feels
man.
good. It feels right to be here.
Everything has led us to this moment, man. The universe brought us together.
That's what I was thinking. I've been thinking about your album. When I listened to it, I was like, whoa.
Right. Right.
I want to turn the page here, get a little more serious. Is a hot dog a sandwich? And how does that affect your songwriting?
I don't think it has any bearing on my songwriting. I will say, a hot dog is not a sandwich. It's its own f***ing thing.
You're telling me you think that a hot dog is not a sandwich?
Motherfucker,
What I'm saying
getting me mixed up here.
is that a
Goddamn.
hot dog is also a sandwich.
It's
And I
got
think
a
everybody
f***ing
agree with me.
sausage in it, you
It's a piece of meat.
No!
You put-
It's a goddamn hot dog!
And it's also a sandwich.
It is.
I'm trying to keep it under control here.
I've had enough of this shit. I think we should go take a shot.
Okay.
All right, apple box. Thank you.
I want to talk about your mom.
I'm gonna choke you the f*** out. You understand? I'll choke you and you shit yourself. I'll make you shit your f***ing pants, you.
Thank you so much for tuning in for this interview. And yeah, it's going to be a great album. Looking forward to it very much. And thank you, Pug.
That's better. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Pug Johnson.